Hello everyone and welcome to the Atlassian Community Roundup for the month of August. While it has been summer vacation here in North America, there has been a ton of great content that has been posted. So without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, kicking off our announcements and highlights is updates to the community itself. So you will see that as of August 1st, Rising Stars, if you earn that title, which you can do by, I believe, getting 5 accepted answers, you will now automatically have permissions to add articles. So if you are looking for a way to increase how you're giving into the community, consider writing some real well thought out answers that people accept, and then you can start writing articles to share your knowledge. And speaking of writing articles, there is now going to be an options drop-down menu that will allow you to go to draft articles that you have put in place to schedule, but you haven't actually published them. Previously, this was a really hard thing to find, so this is a great update there. Next, getting the most out of your community for partners. So if you are familiar with the Marketplace Apps and Integrations collection, that is going to be moved into the App Central group. So if you want to stay up to date on everything going on with the Marketplace apps and all of our partners, you'll want to come and click this Join Group button so that you can stay up to date on everything going on in the community. Next, Atlassian's now part of the Open Cybersecurity Framework. So this wasn't a surprise to me with the announcement of Beacon. Beacon obviously being their threat detection and alerting platform that is in beta. Being a part of the Open Cybersecurity Schema Framework just means that the data they are providing as a part of those alerts is going to be in a specific format that makes it easier for systems that analyze these to consume it. So go ahead and check this out and see how that's going to benefit you. If you haven't checked out Beacon, go do that as well. Next, this is just one of those great stories. So Dave from the Ecosystem platform team has shared a great story all about how he has built a Forge app to keep Jira issue hierarchy in sync. If you want to learn about this, he goes right through from the problem to the solution to showing off how it works. If you haven't dove into Forge yet, this might be the inspiration you need to show you that Forge can be used not just for putting apps on the marketplace, but for your own personal instance or your company's instance that you can use privately. Next, John has shared how Jira product discovery is being used internally at Atlassian. If you are just looking at JPD and trying to figure out how to use it, you will want to check this out. There are a couple of videos there that walk through this as well. This might give you some use cases on how you might be able to start using it yourself. I will say that I might have my own personal use case that I may or may not be sharing in the future. Next up, Brittany Joyner, Trello's #1 fan, has actually now written a book all about Trello. So if you want to learn from a master, this is the person to learn from. And this article talks about all the topics she will cover in the book. So if you're not sure that you want to pick up this book, go read this article. It will outline all the things she's going to cover. If this looks like it's your game, go get her book. Speaking of great people who write good content, Rodney Nissen, the Jira guy, talking about Confluence today and Confluence whiteboards. Have you seen that feature? Have you enabled it? Have you tried it? Do you even know what it is? Rodney does a great job of explaining what Confluence whiteboards are and how you might go about using them. And we said Confluence, so it wouldn't be a roundup talking about Confluence without including one of Tador's amazing articles, continuing her series about creating a killer Confluence space for your team. This one all about team collaboration without borders. I believe she also has another article that she's published this month on this same series. Go check these out. If you want to learn how to make Confluence great for your teams, this is one of those people who can absolutely help you with that, and these articles are definitely going to get you on your way. Moving into our product updates and features, the Work Management August product recap. When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be talking specifically about Jira Work Management. Apparently, it's talking about multiple things. So for Confluence, we're talking about guest collaborators and some visual design changes. For Jira Work Management, new save filters, important updates from Trello about how you can visualize Jira Work Management work in Trello, and then even talking about Atlas, about how you can connect Jira Software epics to goals. This has just been one of those all-around good collections. I would recommend checking this out to learn if any of these products are ones that you use and how these changes are going to affect you. And continuing the trend with what's new in Jira Service Management, this month it seems mostly all about assets. So if you are a premium cloud subscriber, you're going to want to listen to this. If you are looking at assets or you're just trying to get into them, now is the time to do it, because there are a whole bunch of really good things that they've done. First off, there is joining their EAP for up to 3 million objects in assets. I'm not at that point yet. You might be worth checking out. The one I do highly recommend is that templates for assets are here. If you've been struggling to get started, I was a year ago. Templates are really going to help. They will build your object schema or what your object schema could be for a particular use case, and more templates are coming out every day not every day, but more templates are coming out regularly to help make it easier for you to figure out how you want to build your schema to support your objects. And then lastly, you can now integrate assets with Atlassian Forge. I haven't dove into this yet, and I'm not exactly sure what I could benefit from, but knowing that assets are now a part of the things that you can leverage in Forge is definitely going to be something beneficial. Moving on, organizations. So you can now change or manage teams. And I'm going to say teams with quotation marks because that has been a challenging concept to understand. From my understanding, Atlas is going to be the new home for teams, and you can create teams and manage teams from Atlas that are then shared into the other products such as Jira Software. What we are now allowing organization admins to do is to have some level of control over those teams, which I think is a great addition, since you don't want to get yourself into a situation where a bunch of people have created teams and no one can clean them up because the person who created them is no longer with the company. So giving your organization admins a little bit more control over that, I see as nothing but a good thing. And while we're talking about managing teams, expect that soon Bitbucket Cloud users and groups are going to be something that you can manage as users in your organization. This is awesome. This is just another one of the Atlassian products coming into the fold. I imagine this is going to be something that we will see very soon with Access and being able to leverage the user provisioning, as well as SSO features for that as well. Going back to assets for a second, Confluence Cloud has an early access for surfacing assets in there. I think previously, when it was the Mineville Insights, there was an app that allowed a macro to link assets, insights, objects into Confluence. That never came as a part of JSM assets being a feature initially. So this is going to be great. This has been one of the things that I personally have been waiting for, so I can't wait to see this in action. And then finally, you can now view your Jira Software goals within Jira Software itself. Sorry, your Atlas goals can now be viewed within Jira Software itself. So previously, they made it so that you could attach epics to goals in Atlas. Now we're going the reverse direction and bringing those goals directly into Jira Software. There's now going to be a goals tab that will allow you to see what goals epics are attached to. I see nothing but great things of bringing these two products together so that your product team can be working directly in Jira Product Discovery, your project managers are working in Atlas, and your developers are working in Jira Software, and all of them know exactly what everyone's doing at any given time because of how easily it is to see the information linked there. And that's all we have for the month of August. Hope you enjoyed going through this roundup as much as I enjoyed putting it together for you. As always, this is just a fraction of the content that's out there and worth looking at in the online community, so use this as your stepping stone to go and explore the rest of the content on your own. Thank you once again for joining me on this, and I will see you back here next month. Thanks for stopping by.